Hello and welcome to my April 22nd video update. I know it's only a couple days since my last one, but I'm excited about some things that happened this past week, and so I wanted to share some resources with you. Primarily, that's primarily the reason. So this last week I launched a new series on my YouTube channel called Bill's Video Stories. For months I've been trying to kind of get a handle on how one creates short and engaging videos of an event. And I've been focusing mainly on travel. So those are the kinds of things I've been looking at. And when I've gone on trips, I've tried my hand at it. I've taken a lot of clips, and then when I get home or when I have time to take a look at them, I really have not been able to put them together the way I'm seeing other people do that. So I figured, okay, I got and take a different approach. And so my new approach is any subject area, not just travel, and to try to create 1 to 3 minute videos. And unfortunately, the first one is an intro, and I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. But the first real video story ended up being 4 minutes long, and so I got to work on that. Try to keep it down to 1.5 to 3 max. The hard part is learning to take very short clips and take a variety of clips, but have focus in the clips and have a story, really. I mean, that's the whole idea, is to be able to tell a story. So in kind of changing gears here, I've looked for some new resources, and one of the things I've uncovered is there's this whole world of what's called mojo, mobile journalism. Certainly not a new movement. And it certainly goes with what the internet has done for all of us, what self-publishing has done for budding authors who get turned down by publishing houses. Anybody can be a publisher now. Anybody can be a video producer. It's what YouTube does for us. It lets us produce our own videos and put them out there. And if people watch them, great. If they don't, great. If you want to make money on it, there are ways to do that. That's not my motivation, so I don't do that. But in finding out about this mojo community, I've learned of 3 new resources. One of them is and each one's kind of a little bit different in what I've kind of gleaned from them. The first guy is, and I've got to read his name because it's Matti Haapoja. He's a Finnish guy who actually lives in Canada. He is a photographer, videographer, independent entrepreneur, but what I got from him were 3 words: learn, make, repeat. And though his video that I watched was lengthy, he was talking about kind of reinventing himself, and 6 years ago he didn't know anything about video, and now he's a professional videographer. The learn, make, and repeat made sense to me because you learn techniques, as I'm doing now, as I've been doing for some time, and then you make something using those techniques. So you make a short video and you apply those techniques in that video in various ways, and then if it's successful, you repeat, and if it's not successful, you repeat, because through repeating you are and hopefully going back and reviewing what maybe you did wrong or what you found you didn't do right, that you were not happy with the results. So you by repeating, you are actually looking at the material again, looking at the techniques again, and learning, and then trying again, and then you repeat. So learn, make, repeat. Made good sense to me. So the second guy is John Dee McHugh. I believe he's Irish, judging from his accent. And he's the one that doesn't seem to maintain his channel anymore. He was a war journalist and turned his hand to doing some training. His focus was on, you don't need all this big equipment that he, in his career, lugged around, but rather you can do a lot with an iPhone. And so with an iPhone on actually a shoulder pod, and in the kitchen of a friend of his, he showed us how to make a video. And his key words in letters are WMD. And as he points out, that's not weapons of mass destruction, but rather wide, medium, and detail. And so what was interesting about the video that I watched that he did was that he was practicing what he was talking about, and you were seeing him do it in the video. And at the end of the video, you saw the video that you watched him make. And so it was really very, very, very clever, and it was very instructive. So he started out with a wide shot of the kitchen, so you could see his friend who was making something, cutting up tomatoes, cutting up onions, cutting up various things, and putting them into a pot. And then he went in for a little bit more of a medium shot, and then he went to detail shot. So down on her hands and taking a picture or taking a clip of her cutting tomatoes, her cutting onions, and so on. And all these were very short. That's the hardest part to really get your head around. It's not to take a long clip. So that was John's contribution. As I said, I'll put links to all of to the one video that I found really useful from each one of these guys. And the next one has lots of other videos that you may be interested in watching. This guy's name is Michael Rosenblum. He's a former CBS producer, has been training people how to make videos for 30 years. And his wife of maybe 7 or 8 years, and he have formed a company called thevj.com. And VJ stands for video journalism, or video journalist. And his mission, his goal is a revolution, and compares the iPhone to the Gutenberg press, or smartphones. Doesn't have to just be iPhones, but the smartphone to the Gutenberg press, that it gives everybody the ability to make videos. Anyway, what I learned from Michael was, the takeaway was the Michael 5-shot technique. And this is sort of like John, but a little bit different. And the 5-shot technique is, let's say we're going to do a short story video on what's going on in the kitchen to prepare a meal in a restaurant. And so his suggestion is you zero in on the hands, that the cook or sous chef or whoever is cutting something. So you have close up of the hands, 10 seconds, stop. And then you go up to the face of the person that's doing the cutting, and you shoot the face for 10 seconds. And then the next thing is you come out wide, which is where John started. You come out wide with a wide shot so you can see the person who's doing the cutting, their face, their body, and the stuff they're cutting. And then you go behind them and do an over the shoulder of the hands. So you can see their shoulder, you can see their head, and you can see the cutting. And so that's the 4th shot. The 5th shot is another angle. So maybe you shot from the left when you were doing the hands or doing the face, and you go over or doing the wide. So you go to a different angle and shoot the subject of your story from that angle. So now you have 5 shots. And if you do 10 seconds of each one of those, that's one part of a segment of your story. And then you repeat that in different ways, but still keeping with, basically, let's use John's terms, with the detail shot, and then kind of a second detail shot of who's doing whatever it is they're doing, and then a wide shot that gives you the whole set and the scene that you're actually is the focus of your story. And then come back and do another detail shot over the shoulder, and then just do another angle to give another perspective of the scene. So I tried to do that in a little video that I did, and I'm still working on what other stories am I going to tell. That's the other part. You got to have stories. But this was very helpful to me, and really kind of got me excited. And now I've gotten all excited about this whole mojo thing. I mean, I don't intend to be a journalist, but it is. There are a lot of techniques that you can apply to your own video making if that's your thing. And that's what this series is about. This video updates is to talk about making videos, really, and what goes into it, and what we learn, and where some resources are. So I'll give the links to those sites for those gentlemen I just mentioned. And the first one was Travel Fields. The second one was John McHugh, and the third one was Michael Rosenblum of thevj.com. So thanks for checking in on me, and I'll look forward to seeing you again, maybe in a couple days, maybe in a week, sometime in the next week.